always use a dirty rag. No, scratch that. And it helps once in a while to put a new disc on your grinder. Howdy y'all. Welcome back to Maverick Mods. On today's episode, finish up the roof installation. For those of you who are wondering, wait a minute, finish it up, when did you start it? There's a link here, or I'll put the link in here somewhere for part 1 of the roof install on the Firebird. So today, finish it up, and starting off with putting in plug welds for the A-pillars and the roof structure at the quarter panels, and we'll finish that up with rebuilding the cowl panel. So stay tuned, and here we go. May as well start in the corner that I worked on so hard yesterday. I'm using a 5/16 bit. Normally when it comes to regular sheet metal, I personally like 1/4-inch holes. It's just a little bit smaller rosette weld. Basically, in this case though, when you're working with normal sheet metal, you're working with 18, maybe 20 gauge. Here, I think these might be 14 gauge. No matter what, it's a little thicker metal, a little bit bigger bit, gives me just that much more surface area on the underlying metal for the rosette weld to bite into. The roof structurally is complete. All the welds are done. Everything looks good. Next up, let's put the cowl back together. Last step in getting the roof repair complete is to rebuild the cowl. In other words, put back the pieces I cut out to access the A-pillars. Nice thing about it is, since this piece came directly out, it should go directly back in without too much fuss, and it fits pretty well. We got to do a little bit of metal work right here. And just on the edge there, just to flatten out some of those areas. But I'm gonna work that area a little bit as I work my way around. And here we're back to stitch welding, and we're lined up pretty much exactly where we need to be. I'm going to find a good spot to hit a tack, which can be right there. Let's give it a try. Find another spot. That spot feels real good right there. Got a good spot right there. Now, before I get too crazy, let's go with a couple more up here. Yep, got a little crazy with that. Got a little burn through. Have to fix that. Okay, from here I can work my way around, find any high spots. I got a little bit of one right there. Just kind of work them down. Keep putting tacks in. Kick my amps down a little bit longer. That might help. And hit some of these plug welds. With the stitch welding complete, plug welding complete, welds ground, checked, double checked. Time to wipe it down with a little acetone, put some primer on it. Wiping down with acetone. Always use a dirty rag. No, scratch that. Never use a dirty rag like I'm doing. Just checking my work. The only spot on here that might be seen is there's a little bit right there. I might put some body filler in that. You know, I mean, this is pretty far forward up on the dash, and I think there's going to be a cover on top of this, but you never know. And right down here, this little area right in here, anytime you're welding on thin metal, heat transfers to the metal, it's going to warp. You can use air, you can use a wet rag, you can use all kinds of manner of mitigating that heat. But the fact of the matter is, you're still going to put heat to the panel. And my method is, a little bit of air helps, but I go and I use a body hammer to straighten, hammer to dolly to straighten things back out. This spot right here, I can't get to the back side of that. But the good news is the windshield is going to cover every bit of that. So, let's move on to the driver's side. Repeat this process, and the roof replacement is almost complete. So at this point in the stitch welding process, your welds become so close together, it's easy for the weld, the arc, the wire to jump to the weld instead of the gap between. So at this point, what I do is I start grinding down so to minimize that. And it helps once in a while to put a new disc on your grinder. So now at this point I can also take the hammer and dolly and start straightening the metal out. So it's a little bit easier . Okay, I can't get to here, but I can get to there. When you add heat to the metal, the edges, even though you've got a gap between them, the edges will tend to crater in a little bit. You can bring that back up and get a nice flat surface when you're done with the stitch welding. Okay, to keep too much heat from concentrating in the panel, we'll take a break, cool it down, check the welds, and repeat the process. And with that, roof repair complete. Well, there you have it. Roof repair is complete. Major milestone towards getting all the sheet metal repairs done on the Firebird. Next episode, going to concentrate on the back end of the car, get the trunk panel welded in, get the tail panel lined up, and take care of the 4008 tasks necessary to get the rest of the car buttoned up. So, certainly appreciate everybody watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. It certainly would help me out. Everybody, have a great day.